Let's try a simple example. I wanted to build a counter, and this counter is going to count the items in the list. Let's look at the example. I wanted to take a variable called my list, which is equal to 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. So I have this list, right? Now I wanted to set counter initially, which is equal to 0. Fine. Now from here I just wanted to write the for loop. For I is a temporary variable in my list, which is an iterable object. Wanted to put the colon, and then when I enter it, it will go and take the 4 space indentation. Now I just wanted to use the counter increment here, which is counter is equal to counter with an increment of I, right? Now finally what I wanted to do is I wanted to print the counter, right? Now what do you think that I will get as an output here when I execute? I must get 55. How it is getting executed? Let's check. Now initially the counter set it to 0. Now I in my list, it will take the item, it will take the value 1 from my list, then it will add here to the counter, which is 0, and 0 plus 1 is 1. Now counter value is equal to 1, right? Again this for loop goes and iterates over to the other number, right? Now 2 is our item here, which is I, right? Now 2 plus 1, now counter is 1. Now 2 plus 1 is 3. Now counter is set to 3. Again it will go and check the item next item 4, and it will get added to the 4, and again it will go to the next item, it will add it to the 5. Likewise all these numbers gets added, and finally we will get 55. And then what exactly will happen? When it gets 55, it comes out of the loop because the loop got exhausted here, right? Then it prints as a 55, finally a single value. Now in the different scenario, if you wanted to keep a print here, what do you think we'll get as an output? So it just gets loop over again. You can see here, initially it's 1, it printed 1. Now this 1 is added to the 2 and it prints 3. Now 3 is added to the 3 and it prints 6. Now 6 is added to the 4, it prints 10, and so forth. You can see it here, right? Until 55 it gets printed, because it won't come out of the loop because it is under for loop. That's why we're getting all these values. Now the final scenario is, what if we keep counter is equal to 0 here instead of here? Now let's run and see what we'll get. We will get 1 2 3 4 5 6. What here? How is it happening here? You can see, like, counter is equal to 0, right? Now counter is equal to 0 plus 1 and it prints 1. Counter will always set to 0 because we have initialized counter inside the for loop, right? It's going to be always 0, and it prints each and every item from the list. Now can we check the different scenario? If we put the print here, what do we get? We get a single value, that must be a 10, right? Because it only prints the final value, because we are not adding anything, because the counter is set to 0 always. So the final value, which is 10 plus 0, it prints as an output 10. That's how it works. Well, this is it in this video. We'll see you in the next one.